FADDA Medina, this is Donovan King J representing for the Reggae Pon Top Show. Up!
So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to have this interview with Miss Cassandra London. So give us a second, we're going to get Cassandra on the phone, okay? Cassandra, are you there?
Good evening, Milo. How are you doing?
Oh, okay, Cassandra, how you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
So people, all my Reggae Pon Top people that's out there listening, this is Miss Cassandra London.
Pop, pop, pop.
There you go. Energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. So listen, Cassandra, we're not going to waste no time. We're going to get right into some questions so the people can know who is Cassandra London.
Cool.
All right. So, Cassandra, how did you get your start in the music biz, or when did you first start singing?
Oh, many, many years ago, when I was a child, about 5 years old, I used to sing in my bedroom, rewrite songs that I liked with my own lyrics. And yeah, that's when I kind of started with my interest in music. I wasn't that outgoing, so no one really heard me. I was quite shy. And then my mum took me on a caravan trip, me and my brothers and sisters, at the age of 14. And because it was out the area, I felt, well, I listened to my inner voice and I entered the competition, and I actually won, singing a Mariah Carey song. And from then, I kind of felt more confident to express myself as a singer, as an artist, and started going to the studios and actually landed a deal at the age of 15 with Arista Records, a 5-album deal.
Wow.
Yeah, but my mum didn't sign it. So
okay,
that kind of disheartened me, because I was underage and I needed her signature. And basically, I kind of gave up music for a while, feeling like that was my one shot, you know. Where I come from, opportunities don't just land at your feet. So I felt like that was truly my one shot, and I lost confidence, had children, and about 3, maybe 4 years ago now, decided to start doing open mics. And then that's when I really got into the industry and got myself known as an artist.
Okay, well that's a good story. A little sad because, you know, mom didn't see the vision that you saw at the time. But, you know, our parents, they do things that they think is best for us at the time. So, you know.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad, because my mentality then wasn't great, you know. I wanted a car for every day of the week, a different car. And then I also had a list of procedures that I wanted to do, like plastic surgery and so forth, and it was crazy, the list that I had. So I'm actually glad I've grown into myself. I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an artist. I believe everything happens for a reason, and yeah, it's just worked out for the best.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So Cassandra, I can say this: you're in London, UK.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was fortunate enough to be over in London for the last 2 years, 2015, 2016. One thing I noticed about London is that there are a lot of artists in London. It's like every corner. It's just like an artist and a sound system. An artist and a sound system. It seems like every corner. And not to say that you're in any competition or anything, but how can you stay ahead of the pack with so many artists out there? What is it that's going to make you stand out from the rest?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't partake in the competition. You know, I know there are other artists out there, and there's times when I get to hear their material. But for the most part, I'm in the studio creating, and if I'm not in the studio creating, I'm at home writing. And if I'm not at home writing, I'm with my children. I don't really have time to follow what they're doing. And I think that's what keeps me grounded and keeps me, you know? yeah, definitely. I have my own style, and I believe that's what will make me shine.
Okay, okay, all right. So, at this time, with in your opinion, how do you think that reggae music is doing as a whole in the society that is now? You remember back in the '80s and things, there was a very strong reggae dance hall influence worldwide. It even made it over to the United States real heavy when it came to at least getting airplay and things of that nature. How do you feel with the climate of the world right now and radio, with so many internet radios, things that we didn't have back in the day that we have now, and you know, radio stations that's like the BBC and you know, all the major radio stations? How do you feel the climate is? Is reggae still accepted like it was back in the day?
I mean, personally, I mean, I believe that reggae can never die. It's withstood all the storms that, you know, they've tried to give reggae, you know, and you can't out the fire. You really can't out the fire. When you look at Japan and Brazil and Europe and so many places, reggae is alive and kicking. And then even in mainstream, it may not be straight reggae, but you hear the reggae influence in a lot of material that's out there. So as much as they try and act or seem like reggae is, you know, not going anywhere, reggae is the heartbeat.
Yep, I can believe that. I love it. I mean, my background, well, of course, being from America, was R&B, and then hip hop came in and things of that nature. So that was my core. But I've always listened to reggae in about the 80s and you know, through 90s. I've been DJing for over 30 years, 37 years actually. And about 2000, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start a sound system, you know, on the Caribbean side of things, and that's when we started Medina International. So, and it was the heartbeat of reggae that just it couldn't get out of my head. So I agree with you totally that the reggae music is a heartbeat of the people. I mean, just to look at the little tiny island of Jamaica, and it has influenced the world.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's good. So we're gonna move on now. So who are your influences? Who have influenced you in music?
Well, like yourself, I mean, I grew up I was born in the 80s, so hip hop and R&B were big influences for me as well. My first influence was reggae. My dad was a sounds man, so he always played reggae. My mum loved reggae. But when I went to school, secondary school, which is high school, you guys call it high school, I branched out into R&B and hip hop, and that was my choice of music. When I first was singing, apart from when I was 5. When I was 5, I was singing reggae. But when I started to sing in front of people, I was singing R&B and singing hooks on hip hop with some rappers and so forth. But then I found that I wasn't really true to myself as an artist. I wasn't using lyrics that were from my heart. I was kind of conforming to what I heard and what I felt like would fit on the track, if that makes sense. I just find that with reggae, I'm free. My influences growing up were Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, bit Shirley Brown, Jodeci, H-Town, you know, all the greats really, you know, all the great R&B superstars. My reggae influences were artists like Frankie Paul, Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths, Nadine Sutherland, Beres Hammond, you know, all the greats again, you know. So I feel very blessed to have those influences because they shaped who I am as an artist in some respects.
Right. That's great. That's great. So let me ask you this. What producers, dealing with producers, have you been able to work with any producers outside of the UK? Any from Jamaica or from the States or Europe or anything like that?
I've had offers, you know, but I'm a firm believer of walking before you can run, you know. And if I hone in and, you know, get to mastering my craft a bit more, then I'll be able to have more creative control, you know. So it won't be it won't be me, you know, jumping on the first rhythm that gets sent by a Jamaican producer. I'll be able to select, if that makes sense. So I think it's important to just work on what I'm doing and then go for what I want more than what I can get.
Okay, no, that's very smart. I mean, you know, I'm in the excuse me, I'm in the business that, you know, I told you I'm in the sound system, so, you know, I cut dub plates and things of that nature, and I like to cut dub plates when I am present in the studio, because I like the vibe with the artists. Of course, because I live here and most artists are in Jamaica or in the UK for the most part. Sometimes you can't get that, but I've dealt with enough studios in the UK and in Jamaica that they know what I like. They know I'm a quality guy over quantity. So, but I understand you totally. It's very good to vibe with the person that you're going with instead of someone just sending you a track and say just sing to this track without you, you know, feeling the track and being with them and seeing what was their ideas for the track.
Yes, and also it's nice to be around when they're mixing the tracks. You know, if there's something that you don't like about your voice and the way it sounds and the, you know, what they've done with it, you can say something, you know. And when it's someone and you're not nowhere near them, you don't really have much say, you know. So I think it's important for me, you know.
No, exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, 100% on that. So okay. So what's going on in Cassandra London's life right now musically? What do you have on tap right now?
Okay, so I've got a single that's about to be released. It's on promo release right now. Many of the DJs have it. I'm currently working on an album, and that's with 10 Mile Media. And it's really going well. I'm really pleased with the development, you know.
Okay. Can you give us a sneak preview of any producers you're working with, or you can't say?
I'm working with, Prince Malachi is producing my album for 10 Mile Media.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's a name there. That's a name there. So that holds some weight. Producer.
Yes, and he's you know, developing me as an artist as well. You know, vocally. You've heard 2 of the songs already, and those were done before I had any development. That was just like me going in the booth and doing my thing. Whereas when you hear the tune, my new release, I've had some development, and I'm still having more. So I'm hoping to just keep improving those vocals, you know, putting that work in.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing when you yourself can see your development. And believe me, if you can see your development, we the listeners can too. So
fantastic.
So that's a good thing. And I just feel like you know, when I heard your voice, and I know people have to tell you this before, but I swear to the Almighty above that I was listening to Tina Marie.
Oh my gosh, you're not the first person to say that.
I'm serious.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that.
You sound like a youthful Tina Marie. I mean, really, like that is a person who I said, you know, it'll be hard for me to accept somebody singing one of her songs. But I'm telling you, and this is not to, you know, gas you up or anything, because, you know, I don't mix and mingle, I don't play around. I'm telling you, I hear Tina Marie in your voice. So
wow.
I mean, and I'm not the only one. You said I'm not the only one that said it, so that has to count for something. Has to count for something.
It's a beautiful compliment, and I was listening to it after you told me that the last time we spoke. I actually went and listened to her straight away, because I mean, I think her voice is amazing, and I would love to sound anywhere near her. And I personally don't see it, but there are some ways that she pronounces things and some nuances things that she does with her voice, and I do similar things as well. But yeah, so I did notice that once I spoke to you the last time.
Okay. So, if anybody is listening to this interview and they wanted to contact you or anything for, singles, maybe an album, or if you do jingles, dub plates, anything like that, how can people get in contact with you?
Okay, so the best way for me, I think, would be to go to my website, and that's cassandralondon.com, and that's CASSANDRA London.com, and on there you've got links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, my SoundCloud, everything's on there. So there's a way to contact me from my website, which is cassandralondon.com. Okay. You know what? I wanted to go back to something that I'm just thinking now as you were talking. Artists, like I said, most artists, or I would say all artists, stay in a creative mind frame. Always stay in a creative mind frame when they're writing songs, or if they're gifted enough to make tracks and music and things of that nature. But when you're not doing that, what's in Cassandra London's iPhone or iPad or whatever you listen to? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? This is going to sound really bad. Cassandra London.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but there's a reason. It's not because I love the sound of my voice, It's because sometimes I don't hear the flaws straight away, and I may have to listen to it again to know what to do better and how to improve. And our ears don't always pick up things straight away. Sometimes, there's songs that I've loved for years. They're not my songs, and I hear it, and I've heard it for years, and then I'll realize there's something in there that I didn't hear. So that's the same with our own music. So I listen to my work a lot because I really want to make it something I can be proud of.
Okay. Well, listen, that's what we want to know. My listeners, they want to know who Cassandra London is. Anybody can look at a picture, but we want to hear in your own words who you are, and so people can get more personal and know what's going on with you. So that's what I want to hear, and I think that's what the listeners want to hear. So and it helps for me to be able to know how I can help you on my end, because my thing is on one hand washes the other.
Yes.
You have a lot of people, sometimes they get a little bit too big-headed in their roles. Yeah. And my thing is I always try to stay humble. I think that's why I have so many good relationships with artists. And my thing is I want to know, what can I do to help you? Because if I'm helping you, I'm helping myself. That's how I look at it. Okay?
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter that you trust me with sending your music, then it's only right that I do what I'm supposed to do as a DJ, which is break artists and do the best I can to push you out there. So I just want to let you know, from the whole Medina International crew, myself, my partner, Mr. Brown, we're going to do all that we can do to push Cassandra London. Because again,
I appreciate that.
For us, it is something that we love to do. We're not looking for a handout. We're not looking for no free dub plates. We're not looking for no free this, free. We don't do that. At Medina International, one thing I can say about us, we do purchase music. Okay, we do spend our money for our dub plates. Our thing is, we know that this is your life. Okay, this is your job, and people, sometimes tend to forget that being an artist is rough out there. And you just can't just do things. Once you build relationships, with relationships you always have a give and take type of thing that happens. But for the most part,
sure,
if a person is dealing with you straight from the door, then there's nothing for you to say, hey Milo, check your email, sent you a little something.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, and I'll say, hey Cassandra, listen, this producer called me. He's looking for a female singer.
Yeah.
I gave him your name. Give him a call. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yes, no doubt.
I think that's the problem with the music right now. everybody seems like they have their hand out and what they can take, but they're not looking at it as a family type of situation, and it's a sad situation.
It is, definitely, you know, but it is the name of the game at the same time, you know. And for me, it kind of pushes me, you know, like the new track that I've got, I've had a lot of people come to me and say it's a top track, love it, love it, love it, but probably only maybe, like, all of them will play it, they'll give it a spin, but maybe only a handful are really going to give it the justice that it deserves, you know. And that's just the name of the game, and sometimes it can be disheartening, and it makes you feel like, you know, they're not really pushing me, but it kind of makes me want to go in the studio and do better, because it makes me want to bring a tune that is so undeniable. You don't just tell me it's great, you believe it's great, you know.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. I agree with that. Well, you know, I'll tell you this. It's been so pleasant talking to you. I just feel the energy that you have and the drive, and that makes me happy. It makes me have the drive to do whatever I can do to push your career. And
bless you. The rumors you heard weren't true.
Well, listen, remember, I'm in New Jersey, so I don't know any of the rumors or whatever's going on over in the UK like that. Believe me. So if it's been some rumors or something like that, Milo doesn't know at all, because I'm not into the passa thing at all. I'm just playing. Yeah, listen, I'm not into the passa here, so I'm definitely not gonna be 100,000 miles away. So no. Listen, I'm taking you for face value, and what I see is a person who is serious about her career. I see a person that has a drive and a person that wants to do better. So with those things right there, you know, for me, that's great. That's great to hear.
Bless you.
Great to hear. So Cassandra, before we sign off here on this right here, definitely, I know you have to have some shout outs and family, friends, or whatever. Here's your time.
Okay. I would like to give a big thanks to the Most High, first and foremost, because without the Most High, nothing is possible. Gave me my gift. And basically, anyone who's got love for me, I've got love for you. You know, I don't want to give names because people be upset. I haven't written a list down and I'll miss someone out. So if you got love for me, I got love for you.
Well, right there, can't put nothing on top of that. So all I can say is, Miss Cassandra London, we want to thank you very, very much for your time. And again, anytime that you need anything, or you want to come back on the show and tell us the update of what's going on in your career, all you got to do is give me a link. We have the links strong. So, you know, You just give me a call and we'll sort it out and we'll do it all over again.
I will do. I look forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, look, so you take care of yourself, and I hope for you to have a prosperous year. And like I said, musically, keep doing what you're doing, and you know you have an outlet here in New Jersey that we're going to keep pushing your music.
Thank you. I just want to give a quick shout out to all your listeners, and I hope that you like the new track.
I'm sure they will. You have a good evening.
You too.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it, people. Miss Cassandra London, I thought she was so pleasant. We really hope that everything goes well with her right here on Reggae Pon Top. We will be doing all we can to push her career.